What's up, everybody? It's Son of Beast, and this is the second one that I'm about to react to. The last time I did it was Brody. The one with the fight scene was incredible, and the second one was pretty kind of like a little bit different here for Brayden's part. But as you may have already noticed, that this is the next one I'm about to do. This time, I'm going over to Brenner and take a look of how he has done with just how bad that went, because he almost died 18 times. This happened here before. So, you may have never guessed it before. Well, you're about to be seeing this now. So, without further ado, I'm about to react. Let's go.
Hey, Brenner, if you jump off this cliff right now, I'll give you...
Too late, he did it.
a penny.
Oh! That's gonna hurt.
Oh. Hi, I'm Bryson, and a while ago I made a video about the times I almost died and the times I got hurt really bad.
Well, I basically have already watched it before coming to the nearest point, and I already did watch them back in the past. So I basically now understand that it was so many pains that happened here for Bryson. I mean, ouch. But he wants to talk about what happened to Brenner, so you're about to see what it is.
But that got me thinking about the other injuries in my family, and one sibling came to mind, one who had dodged the grasp of death more times than I can count, the sibling who had little to no regard for his own mortality and would regularly hurt himself. The wild child, if you will. The youngest brother, Brenner. This is gonna be a long video.
Okay, alright. I don't know if this is going to be a long video, because look, because it's under 15 minutes, I'll see what I can do.
Because Brenner gets injured a lot. I don't want to cut out good stories or do a part 2,
Stop
so let's
it.
just sit down, relax, grab some popcorn, and laugh at my brother's pain.
Oh, great. I mean, I would never like that.
Now, almost all of Brenner's injuries were self-inflicted. However, I think it's only right we start the video with Brenner's very first injury, the one he got from me. Brenner had recently been born, and my parents invited me into their room to say hi to my new baby brother. As I said hello to him, he reached out his hand and scratched my chest. Now, obviously, Brenner was just a baby. He had no control of his body and was just moving around. But my 4-year-old brain could not let this slide.
Oh, so what did you do with him? Did you absolutely do payback on him?
How dare you? First, you come into my house, take my spot as the cute youngest child, and take all the attention from my parents? And now this? I offered you my hand in friendship, and you attacked me. You must pay recompense for your actions.
Hey!
No!
No! Stop! Just calm down!
No, don't do it!
Don't do it!
My parents tried to stop me, but it was too late. I reached out and scratched him back. He began to cry, and my parents put me in timeout.
Oh boy. So that's what you absolutely did? How bad are you doing this, Bryson? You know, it's not good when you're about to scratch somebody like that. With no control under fear. Do you get that?
Little did Brenner know, his pain had just begun. Okay, in all seriousness, I felt really bad for what I did. Even now, I still regularly apologize to Brenner about it. But he can't even remember it, so he doesn't care. Brenner, my conscience has really been getting to me lately, and I'm so sorry about what I did.
Dude, that was 17 years ago. Can you just move on?
Did you absolutely just voice act it, Brenner?
I forgive you, okay?
Thank you. I love you, Brenner. I'm so glad I could get that off my chest.
Yeah, I basically do so, unless if you do something nicely.
Remember
Oh my god. Stop doing that like a jerk.
in my pain video where my brother Brody slammed the door in my fingers? Yeah.
Yeah, I basically remember that.
Apparently that experience runs in the family. Brody walked through a door as a young Brenner was sticking his fingers in the hinges, and Brody slammed the door again. Brenner's fingers bent every which way.
Oh my goodness.
If I had a nickel for every time I slammed a sibling's fingers in the door, I'd have 2 nickels. That isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Luckily, Brenner's fingers didn't break, and the doctors fixed him up. Feel better soon, buddy, and don't get into any more trouble.
I will make no such promises.
One time, me and Brenner were playing tag, and rather than be tagged by me, he jumped into a busy street and a car barely avoided him.
Oh
I guess
my
Brenner
god.
was more willing to die than lose at tag.
Oh, that would be almost that very bad. I mean, nobody likes that. Especially you almost get ran over by a car.
Would you rather die a terrible death or...
Definitely death.
Wait, you didn't hear the other option?
Death.
I genuinely don't know why he is so accident prone, but this next story was no accident. You know how sometimes your mom has a really good friend, so she decides to make you hang out with her friends' children, but you don't like them? Yeah.
Ugh.
When I was younger, my mom sent me and Brenner to play with the neighbor kids, Jake and Steven.
Jake and Steven, they're neighbors. Oh my goodness. I mean, I got no neighbors on my next door over there, so not even those kids.
The main reason I didn't like Jake was because he said, "Your sister is so hot."
What? Did you absolutely say that? Okay, I mean, can you just hold on a little bit? I just need to go right to my door. Please? This is absolutely going to give me a terrifying moment from Brittany.
Brittany was 18. Jake and I were 8. Have you considered shutting up? Anyways, I spent the day tolerating Jake's shenanigans, but eventually I hid from him on the front porch and watched Brenner and Steven play in the front yard. "Come here, Brenner, I want to show you something." Brenner walked up to him, Steven grabbed his hand, reached into his pocket, and pulled out a pair of scissors and started cutting Brenner's fingers.
Stop!
I ran over to him to check
Oh my god, that is very bad.
on Brenner. His fingers were bleeding and he was crying. I slapped the scissors out of Steven's hand, grabbed him by the arm, and forced him inside to his mom. "Hey, Steven just cut Brenner's fingers with scissors." Oh, Steven.
Okay, that is no way that it's supposed to happen like that. It's supposed to happen in real life. Come on, man. Do you not see what's going on outside from Brenner? That's not very good at all. It has to be real. Stop making it up.
What? That's it? I was shocked. Call my mom right now so she can pick us up. We're leaving. We left and Brenner's fingers healed just fine.
Yep, I mean, we're out of here. Goodbye.
But still, that reaction from the mom was not okay. Luckily, I never had to go to that family's house again. Reminds me of another time Brody was really young and another boy was punching him. My mom took the kid to his mom and told her that his son was hitting Brody, and all she did was say, "Soft hands, Hunter."
Oh no, that's not gonna happen like that.
I mean, come on, soft hands? How about punishing your kid for hitting a stranger?
Oh yeah. Would you absolutely do that, or would you say, give it a little bit of a better manners? Say something.
You clearly don't know how to discipline children. Here, I'll show you how it's done.
Of course it does happen like that. I mean, I know it definitely punishing the kids. Even just recalling this one here for Brody, now this happened.
A lot of Brenner's injuries were caused by him wanting to grow up fast and to keep up with his older brothers. For example,
My turn.
Oh.
Bryson doesn't need training wheels on his bike, so neither do I.
Oh, jeez.
Let me try.
Do a flip. Ooh.
but one time, Brenner tried to set a trend that the other brothers would follow, and the consequences were severe. This next story is the real reason I made this video. I'm honestly still surprised that Brenner survived this. It was bad. In our basement, we had a tall exercise machine that looked like this. Brenner decided that he wanted to climb it and jump off it onto our beanbag for fun. However, this time it went horribly wrong.
Oh, so something did happen really wrong. I mean, okay, all right. Let's see what it is.
Brenner pushed the beanbag close to the machine, climbed up, and jumped headfirst with the same regard for his life that a Minecraft player has when seeing one block of water at the bottom of a cliff. Part of the beanbag covered the exercise bench, which extended out, hiding the big metal part underneath.
Okay, so what happened now? I mean, he didn't really able to do this, but... Okay, alright. So, basically it's very dangerous to do that. I mean, when you're doing like a parkour mode, I mean, don't try to attempt it yourself. At least if you're a master at it. I mean, done a ninja course. But you basically can't just do the best thing as you can when you're doing this as a kid. Well, now in the days right now, I mean, kids have ninja course that they can definitely do. But back in the years, you can't just do that. I mean, well, you jump off the cliff or machines or anything like that. I mean, basically, I just go with a parkour mode like running down the stairs and then go over from the ledge. I mean, I basically always do that every time, but that's just like too much steps for me to gotta put. But this time, what Brenner have done, you'll see that in a second. I mean, basically, don't let your kids do that.
Brenner thought that since there was part of the beanbag there, it would be soft. But his head slammed through the beanbag into the metal part and he split his forehead wide open.
Oh my god. Ow! Please, Mommy, Daddy, my head's broken!
Mom and Brittany came running into Brenner crying with blood all over him. They freaked out and dashed him out of the house to take him to the hospital.
Oh yeah, definitely so.
I only caught a glimpse of him as they ran out, but I could tell it was bad. Brittany and Mom later told me that they could see Brenner's skull through the gash in his head. My dad sent me to a friend's house so they could watch me while my parents took care of Brenner. I remember sitting on their stairs, terrified that I'd never see Brenner again. God, please hear my prayer. If you make Brenner be okay, I promise I'll never be mean to him again.
Okay, make him don't be mean again.
At the hospital, since Brenner was so accident-prone, they kept pointing to cuts on his head that were from previous shenanigans. Is this cut old or new? Is this cut old or new? Is this old or new? Finally, my sister was like,
the gaping gash on his forehead, that is new. Forget the rest of it, fix that.
Somehow the doctors patched him up. I think they even had a plastic surgeon involved in fixing his head. When I next saw Brenner, he was up on his feet with 25 stitches in his head. But he was okay.
Oh, good to hear that.
Phew! I thought you were gonna die, Brenner. I'm so glad you're okay. Anyway.
Stop! Why would you do that, little Bryson? It's not funny. Yeah, of course. Why would you absolutely do that?
Brenner still has a massive scar across his forehead, but thanks to the doctors, he was okay. Brenner, can you please calm down on the injuries? You're gonna die if you're not careful.
It's not hard to die. I could do it like right now. But like, number two...
Okay, you would never do that.
Time, a young Brenner was using the bathroom and found a bottle of painkillers on the countertop. They were coated in a sugary glaze to make them go down easier. So Brenner took the pills one by one and sucked on them till they ran out of sugar, then spat them out. He did this over and over and over.
Really? That's what your brother does? Brenner does every time?
And from sucking on the pills, he got sick and passed out.
I'm tired.
Oh no, I had a bad feeling with that.
My mom discovered Brenner unconscious on the bathroom floor surrounded by pills. What? Ah! And once again, the doctors proved why it's good to go to college. Not for me, though.
Oh no, you didn't.
But as for you guys, good for you. I don't know how they saved him, honestly. I don't really know how doctors work. For all I know, they could have removed all of Brenner's blood, which was tainted with drugs, thrown it away, then pumped him up with fresh blood. I don't know.
I guess they don't really do that. I mean, that's kind of like, nope.
Time, he swallowed a bunch of coins, and again, my parents
Why?
rushed him to the hospital where he was x-rayed to show a pile of coins in his stomach. They told my poor parents to dig through his, waist.
Oh, waist? Turd? Can't really recall this.
Until they got all the coins. He was like a piggy bank, but way more disgusting.
Ew, gross.
Was like a piggy bank, but way more disgusting. Honestly, with how often Brenner visited the hospital, I'm surprised they didn't have a special section of the hospital just for him. This next story is surprisingly the only time that Brenner has ever broken a bone. You would think at this point that he would have no bones left because of how often he gets hurt, but nope, he still has bones. My family has a small motorcycle that we call Big Bertha. It's fun to ride around on, but it has no suspension. It is 2 wheels and a motor, that's it. One day, Brenner was driving it, and despite knowing that Big Bertha had no suspension, he decided to ride it off a curb. The bike bounced, Brenner swerved and lost control, and he went head over handlebars. He landed on his arm and totally snapped his wrist. One hospital trip later, and Brenner had a cast. He wanted his cast to be unique, so he asked me to paint it to look like Thanos' gauntlet.
Okay.
So I got the paint out and painted it as best I could to look like the gauntlet. It looked pretty cool in my opinion. But then later, Brenner's arm got itchy.
Oh yeah, that is pretty itchy. So yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Doctors told him that his arm would be itchy at first, but that if he ignored it, the itchiness would go away. They also specifically told him to leave the cast alone and to not shove anything into the cast to try and scratch his itch. However, the itch got the better of Brenner, so without consulting anyone, he grabbed Brody's glasses and started shoving the long end into his cast in an attempt to scratch his itch. He pulled the glasses out only to realize that the little rubber covering had slipped off and it was now stuck in the cast.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Determined to scratch his itch and recover the rubber cover, Brenner somehow removed all of the soft wrappings underneath the cast, leaving only the hard outer shell. Brenner had scratched his itch and was satisfied. Then Mom walked in and saw what Brenner had done.
Okay, nobody's gonna like that at all, so you basically want to, like, get out of the way. Don't do this. Oh yeah, whatever.
They went back to the hospital and explained the situation. Can you imagine being a doctor and setting someone up with a nice cast to help them heal, and the next thing you know, they ruined it?
I feel like the maid. I just cleaned up this mess. Can we keep it clean for 10 minutes?
Okay, I would.
They had to cut off his Thanos cast and make another one for him. Brenner got home and asked me to paint his new cast. No, I spent a lot of time painting that last one and you ruined it. How do I know you won't ruin it again?
Come on, man, just paint it again.
Why should I be penalized because of your sloppiness?
So Brenner went around wearing a lame blue cast rather than a cool Thanos cast. A few months later, the doctors took off the cast and they realized that Brenner's arm had healed crooked. It was literally like a 15-degree angle. My mom pointed this out and the doctor said, "Yeah, well, it's within the range of crookedness that we consider to be acceptable, so we're just gonna leave it like that."
What? That's easy for you to say. You're not the one who has to live with a crooked arm. Fix his arm and do it right this time.
So the doctor...
Okay, so I did not really expect what was going to happen like that. It's very bad. And this is what the broken bone treatment over here. Okay. I was not noticing because I was going to wait for a little bit and then now, there you go.
Doctors explained that in order to fix it, they would have to re-break Brenner's arm, angle it correctly, and recast it.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, just do it.
Wait, what?
Hold them down.
Wait, no!
So they did that, and Brenner's arm eventually healed correctly.
Oh yeah, it was actually dead now. It was just short, not long.
But not without pain. Now, you would think that after breaking his arm on Big Bertha, that Brenner would never touch that thing again, right? Nope.
Nope.
Let me tell you one last story. One day, me and Brenner got bored and decided to go for a ride. Him on Big Bertha and me on my go-kart. We chased each other around a parking lot.
Oh, it's like Mario Kart. Yay.
But then I thought, how can I make racing around more interesting? And my mind went to my favorite racing game, Mario Kart.
Yep, I was basically going to say that. I won first before you.
You know, the game where you destroy your enemies by throwing items at them. So I decided to drive by Brenner and throw my flip-flops at him. We went back and forth throwing flip-flops at each other like green shells for some time. Then I zoomed by and got a good flip-flop strike on Brenner, and he wanted to retaliate with something stronger. He grabbed a big tree branch and drove towards me. He swung the branch and I swerved out of the way. But the branch was so heavy that swinging it threw Brenner off balance. He swerved and flew over the handlebars once more.
Again?
Oh.
Freaking again?
Yeah, freaking again. What happened?
Brenner was scraped and bruised, but luckily nothing broke. And he finally learned his lesson and he doesn't drive Big Bertha anymore. But I do.
Now you do? Oh my god. I can't take away from this accident. Jeez!
Here we are at the end of the video, and yet, that's not even all of Brenner's injuries. But if I keep talking about them, this video is going to be 30 minutes long, and at that time, he'll probably injure himself again. Let's quickly get through some last stories. Lightning round. We visited a janky aquarium that let you swim with sharks, and a bamboo shark bit Brenner's finger. Brenner went to a trampoline park, attempted a stupid trick, and landed on his head and had to wear a neck brace for a few weeks. Brenner and Brody went kayaking. Brody tried to splash Brenner with the paddle, but it skipped off the water, slammed into Brenner's face, and cracked his front teeth. A car almost backed over him as a child, but he hung onto the bumper while being dragged, and my sister stopped the car to save him. His friend accidentally shot him in the forehead with a BB gun, and his forehead still has a dent. In conclusion, Brenner's guardian angel is built different, because she has saved Brenner more times than I can count. And as much as I make fun of him, I am grateful for that.
Oh, great to hear that, you know.
As he has grown, I think he has gotten a little less accident prone. Let's hope it keeps going in that direction, cause I'm pretty sure he has used up all of his 9 lives. God has sent his soul back to the living world so many times at this point that if Brenner shows up there again, God might just say, "Oh, forget it," and keep him. Well, hey, it could be worse.
At least if you don't really try to, like, get rid of it for anything.
At least his soul is going to heaven. Hey guys, it's me, your favorite Bryson. Thanks for watching. It's been a while, so let me make some announcements. I'm a featured creator at VidCon this year, and I hope to see you there.
I already went there, so basically I'll have to see you again here for by 2025.
I have a TikTok now. Go check it out. We also started doing YouTube Shorts. Thanks so much for the positive feedback on those. The first short I posted is now the most viewed video on the channel. Thanks a ton for that. We have 2 teams now. The goal is to be working on 2 videos at a time. The red team made this video. And guess what? 2 more videos are in the works right now. I can't wait to show them to you. They're some of the best videos we've made.
I did not even notice, but that's like a little bit of a different thing that's gonna turn out.
We have a Spanish language channel as well, so check that out if you speak Spanish. We also hit 3 million subscribers! Yahoo!
And now it's just kind of like over 3 million to me. I mean, absolutely.
I'm working on 2 super secret awesome projects right now that I'm real excited for. Stay tuned for that. Also, I turned 22 a while ago, so that's neat. I can't wait to see all the comments saying, "Did his voice get deeper?" Those are always fun. I can't wait for you guys to meet me in real life and realize that my normal speaking voice actually sounds like this. Okay, I love you, and wear your seatbelt.
Yeah. Yep, I guess so. And that was definitely that. I mean, I basically noticing that this was absolutely like a very scary thing, so I felt like it's almost like 30 minutes. But basically now, I mean, now you can explain it. It's just for everything. In the meantime, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed it, my reaction, and I would say is I'm going to give it a 9.5 stars out of 10 stars, because that one basically just give a good work out of it. So, looks like that I got it done. I'll just have to do the best thing as I can here for the next reaction video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon enough. Alright guys, take care everybody, and stay tuned for the siblings compilation. I mean, just everything. Now it's finished. It's going to be longer than it takes. Alright, take care. Bye.
If you don't, somebody will.